Let's take a deep dive into the story of the second Captain America, John Walker. A character who was heavily criticized when he first appeared, sparked polarizing opinions mid-series, and surprisingly gained a huge fan base by the end. What makes him such a compelling figure?
I'm not Tony Stark, I'm not Dr. Banner, but what I do have is guts.
John Walker made his debut in the series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Here's a quick recap of the backstory. After Steve Rogers passed the shield to Sam Wilson, Sam felt he wasn't ready for that responsibility. So he handed the shield over to the government, but the military turned around and gave it to someone else, introducing a brand new Captain America, John Walker, the main character of today's video. Before wearing the Stars and Stripes, Walker was a decorated soldier. He was the first to earn 3 Medals of Honor, and once threw himself on a grenade 4 times to save others. As a soldier, he was the best of the best. But taking up the shield also meant stepping into the shadow of a man worthy of lifting Thor's hammer. That kind of pressure is unimaginable. And that wasn't all. He had to work alongside Steve's former teammates, Bucky Barnes and Sam Wilson. Being Captain America means dealing with high-level threats. Recently, a group calling themselves the Flag Smashers had emerged, and Sam and Bucky were already on their trail. Their first encounter didn't go well. The two were outmatched. That's when Walker stepped in for his first mission as the new Cap.
Sam, John Walker, Captain America!
It was clear from the start that Sam and Bucky weren't fans of the new guy. You could see the judgment in every glance and gesture. But even with a vibranium shield and 2 Avengers at his side, Walker still couldn't take down the Flag Smashers. At least he managed to cover the team's retreat, and no one got seriously hurt. Later, Walker had a Jeep pick them up. He offered to work together with Sam and Bucky, but they weren't too thrilled to team up with what they saw as a knockoff Cap.
Just because you carry that shield, it doesn't mean you're Captain America.
Look, I've done the work, okay?
After some awkward convincing, the two finally got in the car. That's when Walker explained. The Flag Smashers might seem small in number, but they all took the same super soldier serum as Steve Rogers. After half the world returned from the blip, governments failed to properly care for the displaced people. The Flag Smashers believed the world was better during the blip, and they want to bring it back. Their leader, Carly, even had a backpack full of extra serum. These people might be reckless, but if that serum falls into the wrong hands, it could lead to a disaster. Walker once again suggested teaming up. With Sam and Bucky's help, they could stop the Flag Smashers, and it would also strengthen Walker's image as the new Captain America. But Sam and Bucky just mocked him again. Walker's partner Lamar Hoskins, aka Battlestar, tried to speak up for him, but the moment Bucky heard his codename, he snapped. If you're the knockoff Cap, then who do you think he's supposed to be?
I'm just trying to be the best Captain America I can be. It'd be a whole lot easier if I had Cap's wingman at my side.
It's always that last line.
The two walked off without looking back. But fate brought them together again that very night. Because of Bucky's past as the Winter Soldier, he was still required to attend regular therapy sessions. Skipping one because of the mission meant he could be detained. Coincidentally, Bucky's therapist was a former colleague of Walker's. Using his connections, Walker pulled some strings to get Bucky released. After they finished the paperwork, Walker was already waiting outside the station. He had tracked down Carly to a casino she once visited and wanted to follow up on that lead. So, for the 3rd time, he offered an olive branch. He'd helped them, shown goodwill. Surely now they'd be willing to work together? Instead, he got rejected again.
But it's only a matter of time before we find out.
Things are really intense for you, aren't they, Walker?
Sam gave a polite excuse, saying government agents like Walker and Hoskins had too many restrictions. To be fair, the first 2 rejections were understandable. After all, who wouldn't be annoyed if someone else took over your friend's legacy? But 3 strikes? This time, Walker's patience was wearing thin.
A word of advice, then. Stay the hell out of my way.
In episode 3, Walker leads a team to search the casino where Carly once appeared. But the casino owner refuses to give any intel and spits in his face.
Do you know who I am?
Yes, I do, and I don't care.
That moment was when all of Walker's pent-up frustration exploded. Ever since he picked up the shield, he's been under overwhelming pressure and public backlash. What he needed more than anything was a win, a way to prove himself, and that craving slowly became an obsession. With the casino lead going cold, Walker thinks of another name, Baron Zemo. This is the guy who once triggered a civil war among the Avengers and dug up 5 super soldiers long thought forgotten. If anyone knows how to track down enhanced individuals, it's him. But when Walker arrives at the prison, he's shocked to learn Zemo broke out, just one day earlier. And guess who visited him that exact day? Falcon and Bucky. Walker knows they helped Zemo escape, but without proof, he can't order a manhunt. If he wants to act, he and Battlestar will have to go rogue, and that decision may become his biggest regret. In Episode 4, Walker easily finds the trio, and surprise, Zemo is with them. But there's a silver lining. Zemo has a lead on the Flag Smashers. Turns out most of them are local orphans, and Carly, their leader, is attending a memorial that day. It's the perfect chance for an ambush. But then, Sam drops a bombshell.
But the person closest to her died. She's vulnerable. If there's any time to reason with her, it's now.
Walker is stunned. Just yesterday, Carly bombed a building and killed several government workers. She's clearly crossed the line. There's no talking her down anymore. But Sam insists. Before joining the Avengers, he was a trauma counselor for veterans. He believes he can reach her, so Walker agrees, reluctantly. Sam goes in alone to talk to Carly, while Bucky, Walker, and Battlestar wait nearby. But as the minutes tick by, Walker grows more anxious. Deep down, he doesn't trust this plan. His obsession with completing the mission has already gone too far. If Sam fails, this might be their only shot. So, Walker suddenly demands to go in and capture Carly by force. Naturally, Bucky stands in his way. Walker knows Bucky is burdened by guilt from his Winter Soldier days, so he tries using Sam's safety as leverage. Eventually, Bucky lets him through, but it's too late. The brief moment of trust Sam had built with Carly shatters. She panics and bolts. Bucky charges after her, but in this place, her home turf, she easily shakes him off. As the team splits up to search, another unexpected twist hits. Zemo escapes, and just like he planned, Zemo intercepts Carly mid-flight. In the chaos, Carly is shot, and her bag of super soldier serum spills everywhere. Zemo picks up one vial, inspecting it closely. This, perhaps, was his true goal all along. But then Walker arrives, and smashes Zemo's head in with the shield. Somehow, Zemo survives. As Walker looks around, something catches his eye. One vial of serum remains intact, hidden in the corner. His eyes light up. He holds it in his hand, staring at it, unable to hide the temptation. After a moment's hesitation, he slips it into his pocket. Just then, Bucky and Battlestar arrive. The chaos is over. But in that quiet moment, Walker has already made up his mind. He's going to use the serum. Later, Walker barges into Sam and Bucky's hideout, demanding they hand over Zemo. Of course, they refuse, and things quickly heat up. But before the situation boils over, Wakanda's Dora Milaje show up. Backstory. Zemo once orchestrated the assassination of the King of Wakanda. Wakanda had already been watching Sam and Bucky closely, and only gave them 8 hours of Zemo's use. Now that time's up. Walker, clearly unaware of how dangerous these warriors are, steps in and volunteers to negotiate. Yeah, not a smart move. Just look at Sam's face. If you've watched the show, you'll notice, whenever Walker takes the initiative to say hi, people basically treat him like he's invisible.
I think we got off on the wrong foot.
The Dora Milaje immediately launched into action. Battlestar was quickly entangled as well, and Bucky and Falcon, worried the two might get hurt, joined the fight. But their efforts didn't amount to much. When the Dora Milaje show up, it means everyone's getting knocked down equally. Ironically, that gave Zemo just enough time to escape. Once the leader realized Zemo had slipped away, she called off the fight. This whole brawl was unforgettable. Bucky even had his arm ripped off. But the one who completely lost it was Walker. Before, at least he could justify losing by saying he was up against super soldiers. But this time,
You're right, man. They weren't even super soldiers.
in most stories, a character like Walker would be considered top tier. But unfortunately, he's in a superhero series. Later, as he and Battlestar took a short break outside, Walker's desire to take the serum grew even stronger. He casually asked Battlestar, "If you had the chance, would you take the serum? Would you be afraid it might change who you are?" Battlestar gave a firm answer.
You already have 3 medals of honor. You consistently make the right decisions in the heat of battle. God, imagine how many lives we could have saved that day if we had that serum.
That conversation sealed Walker's decision. If he wanted to truly live up to the role, to do more, to save more people, he needed the serum. Soon after, Carly, having lost her supply of serum, began targeting the main group. She first threatened Falcon's sister to lure Sam and Bucky into a meeting. Then she spread false intel to draw Walker and Battlestar to the Flag Smashers base, hoping to eliminate the weaker two first. Walker searched through the base, but after a single glance away, Battlestar vanished. In the hallway, Walker spotted Battlestar's weapon. He realized something was terribly wrong with the friend he'd known since childhood. Regaining his composure, Walker pushed deeper inside. Suddenly, a Flag Smasher jumped out and caught him off guard. Panicked, Walker flung his shield, smashing it deep into a metal pipe. Yes, by this point he had already taken the serum, though he hadn't yet fully adjusted to the power. Upon hearing the news, Sam and Bucky rushed to help, only to arrive just in time to witness something shocking.
Oh shit.